Am I the asshole for filing for divorce because my husband over-tightens all the jar lids?
Am I the AO for divorcing my husband because he always extra tightens the can in the house? It's a Reddit story, but then these podcast people actually read it out, and I want to really click for you all to watch today. They will talk about it, and I'm about to share my thoughts at the end of the video.
Am I the asshole for filing for divorce because my husband over-tightens all the jar lids? His over-tightening jar lids has been an issue since we were just visiting at my house when we were dating. First, it started with things that he used, and then over time, it became every damn glass jar with a metal lid. He tightened them so much that I couldn't open them without assistance. It wasn't a huge deal if he was there, but if I was alone, it was so annoying. More times than I can count, I've opened a new jar of something because I couldn't get the jar open. It's been a reoccurring cycle for over the past 5 years. It's just a thing that would escalate until I had a major meltdown and freaked out, screaming, frustrated, and seemingly crazy because it's just a lid. Then it would get better for a while, and then it would slowly become an issue again. Just getting worse and worse until I reach a breaking point again. Sometimes I'd literally feel insane for being upset over jar lids. He initially claimed that he did it to keep food fresh. After many arguments about it and my insistence that I don't believe it keeps anything fresh, even if it does make things last longer, I don't care if it means I can't eat my freaking food when I want. I'll just replace things that go bad because they're closed normally. Then the excuse was that it's a habit. So about a month ago, my husband had a family emergency and had to travel out of state for 10 days. First day he's gone, I discover a jar that I can't open. I was annoyed and was going to the store to buy new pickles when the neighbor said hi and to let him know if I needed anything. While soon-to-be ex is out of town, I said here and got the jar, which he opened. The next day I saw him outside and asked him to open another jar. He offered to come in to open all the jars, and I agreed, and he came in. He went to the fridge and opened all of the jars except for 2, which he even couldn't open. I thanked him profusely and told him I'd bake him some of his favorite cookies later in the week. He laughed and said it's no big deal, and after confirming that I wouldn't be upset if the remaining 2 jars were destroyed in his attempt to open them, he took them home to his garage to open them one way or another. He said that he heard me screaming about over-tightened jar lids a few times over the years, and he's really pondered if I was crazy or if my husband was really over-tightening the jar lids. He said, this was intentional. It was every jar, and I'm sure he doesn't regularly use hot pepper paste or mango puree or any of your other fancy cooking stuff. Then he held up 2 jars he couldn't open and said, I don't know why he's doing it, but it wasn't an accident. And he left. I locked the door, and I sat on my kitchen floor and cried. Then I felt hot and lightheaded. I vomited in the trash can. My chest hurt. It crossed my mind that I might be having a heart attack. I thought about calling an ambulance, but I sat back down on the kitchen floor and instead okay with just dying if it was a heart attack. Later that day, the neighbor came back with the open jar of hot fudge and apologized that he couldn't save the figs. He said he broke the jar trying to get it open. He also apologized for what he said about my husband doing it on purpose. I assured him it was okay. I couldn't sleep that night. Tossed and turned all night. I call out of work. By 10 a.m. I realized that I couldn't stay married anymore, and I made an appointment with a lawyer for the next day. There are literally no other issues, no cheating, no abuse. We have a good sex life, both have good jobs, nice house, no financial issues. He was absolutely blindsided when he came home, and I told him I wanted a divorce. He still won't admit that he tightened the lids on purpose. He suggested we go to marriage counseling, but I refused. There is no point. I just literally can't get past the goddamn jar lids. I still feel a little bit crazy about that. I have no idea why he would tighten every jar lid so tightly that I couldn't open it. He's given me no reason. He still won't even admit that he did it on purpose, but the hot pepper paste is in the back of the fridge. I use it only when I make Indian food. It's behind other things. He's never used it. It's nothing you could put in food without cooking it. The pepper paste could not have been an accident. It couldn't have. Maybe he put mango puree on his toast or his oatmeal, but the pepper paste could not have been an accident. That's what my life comes down to. I'm getting a divorce because the lid to my hot pepper paste was over tight. It had been If it had been every jar except that one, I could try. I could have a sliver of doubt. I could do something else. I just can't get past the hot pepper paste. Most of our friends and family either think I'm crazy or an asshole. What do you think?
She's not the AO. In my own opinion, it will sound very stupid when somebody asks you, why are you divorcing your husband? He always ties the jar so tight. Like he just ties, I can't open it and be like, are you okay? Is that why you want to divorce your husband? So he did not beat you. He's not beating you. He's not cheating on you. He's not abusing you. Nothing. No. He just tighten it. You are the one that have problem. Don't start making me feel like you're not normal. I feel like she's not the AO. Because I'm going to tell you the reason why I personally feel like she's not the AO. Probably that is how he was raised, to tight things so tight. Because me first, if I open something and I tighten myself, and probably somebody in the house opened it and tight it again, I'll find it very difficult to open it. It happens to me. If I was not the one that actually tied that thing, I find it very difficult to open it. So I'll be like, who touched this thing? Oh yeah, come and open it. So then imagine now, he always ties those things. Normally he's used to it, where he's from, before they got married. But the moment you know that your woman is suffering to always open this thing without you, the moment you knew that she was always suffering to open this thing without you, that was when you should have been adjusting your character. Now she's complaining to you that, why do you do this? Why do you always tight this thing so much? You still continue to tight this thing. I just feel like it's intentional. It's intentional. It's a way of showing you that I want you to always need me. And to me, it's a form of abuse. I want you to always need me. Even if we are fighting and you don't want to talk to me, you will always need me. If I'm not around, you will always wait for me. You will always need me. That is why it's tightening those things so much. I know that he did not admit that probably he was doing it intentional, and some people might actually feel like it's not that deep, it's just tightening the jar. I know it's just tightening of jar, but the attitude towards it, the fact that you knew that your woman was suffering and you did nothing, the fact that she told you, even if you did not know, probably you were absent-minded and you were not intelligent enough to know. She told you that I'm suffering to open this thing. You keep tightening this thing, and you did not do anything about it. It just shows to me. It shows that he's just trying to. He has like hidden something that is still going to come out later on in the relationship. I feel like he's just showing you who he is bit by bit. He's the kind of person that wants you to always need him. And if he's financially stable more than her, it gets to the stage whereby he will make sure that she always rely on him financially, and he must always need her. If she has waited in the relationship, because I didn't like the attitude towards the fact that he knew that she was suffering, and there was no point for you tightening so much, knowing that you have a woman that have softer hands, softer palm than you, and you keep, why? Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? You're not the one using these things. She's the one using it. There was a reason to go an extra, tight it. To me, it's a formula. What is your take? Do you think she's the AO? Because some people in the comment section were saying, oh, it's not that deep. Why some people were like, I agree with her, she's not the AO. I also agree with her, she's not the AO. What is your take on this Reddit video? Do you think she's the AO or not? Let us have conversation in the comment section respectfully. And thank you all so much for tuning in today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to like and share and subscribe. It's your girl, Maria David. Turn on the post notification bell to get notified once I upload another interesting video. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.